Before it's one win apiece. Ronnie made reference in the studio last night to C's strong performance to beat him earlier in the season, last September in fact, early on in the season in the Saudi Masters, 6-4 that one. So first of all, let's ask our two experts here. Has he got a point so far, Steve, about being let off the hook, Ronnie? He said in the studio last night that that's how I've got through. He said, I wonder whether C is the man that can put it up to him today.
He may have been let off the hook. I mean, I think that's one of the advantages that the very top players have. They have they come in with that reputation that can sometimes put people, in the background to some degree. I don't think necessarily all the players that play against Ronnie Sullivan play to their potential, and every now and again somebody does and raises their game and then beats Ronnie with an exceptional performance. But it's hard against Ronnie O'Sullivan. There's a lot of other things going on around the match. Yeah,
and indeed for Jiahui, because we had an interview with him yesterday after he beat Ben Willison, and Sean, he told us that that was the worst performance he'd ever produced at the Crucible, and that he was overthinking everything now. It's a very different feel from this young man that turned up here 2 years ago and absolutely swept everyone away until the semi-finals.
Yeah, I remember doing a lot of work over that, run to the semis a couple of years ago, and we were all talking about how he was, he had no battle scars. He was just loving every minute out there. He hadn't felt the pain of what it meant. That's changed now. He's had a couple of seasons since then, and he's had a lot of good victories and some losses. Not least the loss to Luca in the semis from a very, very commanding position. It's not as easy to go out and play with total freedom when you've got those scars irritating your memory banks. But he's, if he's played the worst he's ever played at the Crucible and he's still here at the quarterfinals, then he's a strong player indeed.
He's doing something. From what you've seen, Steve, I mean, John was mentioning this in commentary the other day, he's not been quick here. 27, 28 seconds a shot. How do you assess his challenge from what we've seen against Dave Gilbert and then Ben Willison?
Well, yeah, he doesn't look exactly the same player as one that was breathtaking a couple of years ago. He'll be the underdog coming to this match. That might help him. But I don't think you can read form into tournaments, as we try to, but even more importantly, between rounds. Otherwise, how has Chris Wakelin and Zhao Xintong's match been so poor? Because they looked like they were in brilliant form. So you cannot say no, Jiahui's not playing well enough to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan, or no, Ronnie O'Sullivan's not playing well enough, his long game's not good enough to win the World Championship, because it's just session by session. And you see a player growing into being world champion in front of you as this tournament progresses towards the finishing line.
OK, the other match is Luca Brecel against Judd Trump. Looking forward to that one. Sorry, Sean. We'll just keep you composed here. You did your very best against Judd Trump. Luca Brecel is a very different animal to you. You're both world champions. In what way is his challenge different to that of yours?
Well, I think Luca plays such a carefree, cavalier attitude. I haven't checked flight radar yet to see if Luca's actually here yet in Sheffield. I think he is here. But, he will play a totally different style. He isn't going to get the absolute avalanche of chances against Judd that he got against Ding. Ding put up no resistance to him at all. He had it all his own way. That's not going to be the same. Judd will have him where he wants him from the off. For me, I can only see one winner.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. We're looking forward to hearing from you throughout these matches this afternoon, but commentating on Ronnie